Now, we need to talk about why so many of you are following these scammers. Is it the rented Lamborghini? Is it the 2-day Airbnb penthouse that they rented? Or is it the idea that this time it's different? This is the real strategy that's gonna make me rich.
Did finances play a role in your decision, Victoria, or no?
Not at all. I feel like I just went off feelings for this decision.
If I weren't here and we weren't talking, what would you be doing with your money?
Probably still hoping that we can make it to December.
Open a new credit card.
Be arbitraging anything, okay? Other times it's conspiracy theories. This is the secret they don't want you to know. The banks are hiding this from you, and Wall Street doesn't want regular people to discover this loophole. After spending 10 minutes explaining the secret loopholes that the elites are hiding from you while wearing an Under Armour shirt and shorts in a Phoenix suburb, writing on a whiteboard, at the end they say, don't worry, I've simplified all of this into my special system. And then once you're confused enough, anything they throw you feels like a lifeline. I need tax-free income. Am I the only sucker who's not getting tax-free income? The funny thing is, if you talk to people who are actually wealthy, they often will fight to keep things simple. Take what Warren Buffett has said. Here's his investment advice. Quote, a low-cost index fund is the most sensible equity investment for the great majority of investors, including me. So that's it. Simple advice you could implement tomorrow. Flag number 2, they are desperate to look rich and successful. A major tell of the fake rich is how desperate they are to show off their riches. And you've seen this on Instagram. Some guy standing next to a Lamborghini, some expensive watch on their wrist with the highly saturated colors. First of all, there are entire companies that specialize in renting Lamborghinis by the hour. You can rent a mansion in the Hollywood Hills for less than $500. You can even rent the interior of an airplane to take pictures in, a private plane. I'm going to tell you something. I know a lot of wealthy people, and they don't routinely post photos of themselves on fancy boats. Once in a while, they're on one with their family or friends for vacation. They might post a photo here or there, but it's not that highly saturated look at
Money wish list. I see air duct cleaning, $1,600, bar stools, $750 each, dining table chairs, $2,400, lounge table, $800, lounge seating, $500. We got medical bills, $2,500, and there's a check next to that. Does that mean that you have done that?
It's been done, yep.
Oh, it's been done, okay. Other things that have been done, including a landscaping bill for $1,500, home energy efficiency test for $800, backyard deck for $3,000. Now, I'm going to continue on with more wish list items that have not yet been done. These are projects, home projects. Second floor bathroom, $20K, basement bathroom, $5K, water purifier, $6,000, bedroom blinds, $12,000, guest closet, $2,000, AC upgrade for $30K, and solar panels for $30K. And there's a note in bold underline that says, this list totals $82K. All right.
That's basically.
You're spending 97% of take-home pay on fixed costs alone. You are broke.
Yeah, we are.
Severe danger. Red flag. Stop everything. What do you want to do?
Last week, I spoke with John and Victoria, a couple in their 30s with 3 kids and a home in suburban New York that they are desperately trying to keep. On paper, they have a net worth of over $600,000, but almost all of it is trapped in their house. And here's the reality, 97% fixed costs, which means they are spending more than they make every single month. Their savings is just $1,155.
We can maybe worry about that in a few years, but I think now we got to really...
We don't have a few years. I don't even know if we have a few weeks.
Okay, how would you tackle it?
The way I tackle everything,
Just try harder.
just try harder.
Yeah.
Just hope for next year.
Trying harder is, it intersects different groups.
You actually look at what they do all day, a lot of times they are just filming content. They're chasing sponsorships. They're building their personal brand. And the only record of their actual profession is a few random revenue screenshots and references to some vague business that they run. These people are...
Renovation projects. The way you're spending is like you make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like more than triple what you currently make. You don't make that kind of money.
I think our bigger problem are The not talking.
Number 5, they promise easy money with no skills required. Just find products on AliExpress, mark them up, and sell them online. I love drop shipping. No one's ever going to compete with that. You know what you need to do? You need to buy one house, oops, make it 2, oops, make it 10, because one pays for another, and then sublet them on Airbnb. Or just start affiliate marketing. You post links and you collect those free commissions while you sleep. In all of these examples, the opportunity.
You have a $600,000 net worth, but you are struggling day to day with credit card debt?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it confusing to you, Victoria?
Yeah. I feel like we shouldn't be in this position with a $600,000 net worth.
Okay. Can I ask you guys just, you have a $600,000 net worth. Where is the money?
It's in the house. It's all in the house.
It's all in the house. And so if it's in the house, how do you get the money?
Yeah, we can't. We'd have to move into something smaller.
Maybe. Yeah, likely. There are some other ways. I'm sure you've heard people talk about home equity lines of credit and stuff like that.
Refinancing. Yeah.
Refinancing. You've heard about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in general, it can be very confusing to have a high net worth, but then to struggle on a...
What's the difference, I guess?
Worrying is spinning in your head. It's feeling bad. It's not looking at the numbers. It's whenever you talk about money, it's negative. You worry. Caring is making different choices.
I guess.
How can you do the same thing?
When was the last time I did it?
How much did that patio furniture cost?
Yeah, $5,000.
$5,000 when you have $100,000 of debt and you have almost 100% being spent on fixed costs. So how can John avoid it? How can you avoid it? John?
Need to hear the unvarnished truth and to realize that all these words and jargon and squirming that we have done have actually avoided the key truth. We cannot afford our lifestyle. In fact,
How do you reconcile having $55,000 of credit card debt and still buying thousands of dollars of Amazon purchases every week?
You avoid it. I just don't open the mail.
You ever say no?
To myself, no.
You're spending 97% of take-home pay on fixed costs alone. You are broke.
Yeah, we are. We barely paid the mortgage.
That was the story of my childhood, avoiding financial responsibility.
Our expenses are more than his income, and that's why it's crushing. The credit card interest is killing us.
You have less than 1 week's worth of savings with 3 kids. What is that?
Getting clothes, we barely paid the mortgage with it.
What? How'd that happen?
Part of it has to do with the fact that we took a vacation in the beginning of July.
Oh.
I have a 14-year-old as well
Uh-huh.
from a previous relationship, and he does dance. And he had a competition in New Jersey. So we took a family trip, and we actually all went to this one competition. And while there, we ended up having to switch hotels.
Well, yeah. And then there was the half the payment that had to be paid, which then, brought us down to not being able to meet that mortgage without that check.
John and Victoria's entire financial life runs on hope. Hope that they'll make it to December. Hope that a gift from family will cover their shortfall. Hope that the credit cards will float them just one more month. But hope is not a financial strategy. What's really going on is that they are avoiding the one.
You signed up for an Amex to get an on-the-spot lounge?
Which we didn't get to use on the spot.
That credit card gave us the opportunity to not worry about the paycheck to paycheck at the moment.
And has that been the case for the last 2 years?
Yes. Yeah.
If we could rewind and take a time machine back to that Amex lounge and you didn't open up the Amex card, what do you think would have been different?
That's where I get stuck in situations like that. I'm never going to let my family, not be able to eat or pay for something that's needed. So if I have to open a credit card to make it to the next month, then...
Is that right?
Some of them are needed Amazon packages. Like we get our sponges and we get...
Sorry, did you just within 2 seconds start justifying Amazon purchases?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because those are things that I don't buy when I go out. Yeah. They're not things that they're not on my list of shopping.
Guys,
Like there's 3 per...
how often do you talk about money?
Once a year.
Not often enough.
Whoa, that was a very that just rolled right off the tongue. Once a year, what month?
December.
Oh, okay. So do you use my rich life philosophy, December, that kind of thing, or is it just December?
It's just December.
It's just December.
Oh, I was hopeful for a second. They do the full rich life visioning. They have an expansive play. Okay, no, it's just December. All right. Well, what do you talk about in December?
Where we're at with
Where we're
credit
at.
cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on. Number. What's that fixed cost number, Victoria?
97%.
All right, you guys are broke.
Yeah.
Those birds don't need to be eating bird seed from a couple that can't afford those outcomes you wanted to plan for.
Just to be able to make it to December with groceries and bills and mortgage.
Oh, can I say something? I don't know how to say this more politely. It sounds a little depressing that the entire plan is just to tread water to make it until next December.
It is. It's slightly depressing, but